Hey guys, it's Trixie. Greetings out of the sick bed, wearing the fluffiest and most awesome pullover of all times, and like the least possible amount of makeup to not look like a ghost. I'm pretty sure that most of you guys know what's going on in my life right now because I posted it like on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon. And even if you didn't read it, you didn't hear or see much of me lately, so I guess it's pretty obvious that something must be going on, that something's not quite right. And yeah, unfortunately things have been tough during the last days. But yeah, just in case you guys did not hear what happened to us, Eric and I went to another check with the doctor, with the gynecologist, and everything's fine with the baby. The baby is healthy so far. She's growing. She's a bit skinny, but I guess she has my genes. But not everything was 100% fine with me. I was telling the doctor about the contractions I've had, and she noticed that my cervix is a bit too short for the stage of pregnancy that I'm in. I don't blame you if you don't know what a cervix is, and I feel very awkward explaining this to you, but it's basically like the last part of your uterus that should be close and around 4 to 5 centimeters long, and mine was quite a bit shorter. TMI, I'm very sorry, which means that I am at high risk for premature birth. Luckily, and I can only say luckily here because everything else would have been so much more horrible, the pregnancy is so advanced already that even giving birth now wouldn't mean that I would lose my child. I'm in the 32nd week of pregnancy now, which would mean that the chances of survival are like 97%. For my baby. However, that's nothing that you want as a mom. You know, there's a reason why a child stays in mommy's belly for up to 40 weeks, and if it comes much earlier, then this means that it will need some intensive care. It may have some deficits, it may be a bit slower than other children. Nothing life-threatening anymore, but still it's something you want to avoid. So basically, what I was told is to stay in bed as much as I can, with being in bed meaning lying down flat. What I'm doing right now, like sitting up in bed, is something that I spoil myself with during the day. The goal is to decrease the pressure down there, you know, and this works best when I'm lying down. So I'm basically looking at this wall 90% of the day. It is tough because I miss going outside, I miss seeing the sun, I miss seeing something else, working, talking to people, but I'm alright. I can handle this. What really kills me is that I cannot be there for my daughter. We had to find a solution for her with a babysitter coming to our house and my mom coming over now for the next week. But you know, it breaks my heart when she comes to my bed and asks mommy, come, and she wants to play with me. She wants to do wild things with me as we used to, and I have to say no all the time. And she may start crying, and you can see in her eyes that she doesn't understand the world anymore. That's just such an awful feeling for me, and I'm so mad at myself that this is happening. You know, it's not my fault, but at the same time I hate myself for it. And the same applies to all the tasks in the house. I cannot do the dishes anymore. I cannot wash laundry anymore, broom the house, wipe the house, all the things that I used to do and that I bragged about because it was too much for me being pregnant and I felt overwhelmed, are something that I wish back so badly right now. Just think about this. I miss cleaning dirt. I miss tidying up. I just miss being a human in general. Never in my life have I felt more useless before. And you know, it's one thing when your doctor tells you, go and rest. Lie down as much as you can, I'm not kidding. But it's another thing to really stick to it and have other people stick to it. I'm usually a person that loves to push herself all the time to my absolute limits. And then like so close to the complete emotional breakdown, I notice, hey, that was not a good idea. So this is really, really hard for me, that I really have to tell myself I can't. It makes me feel useless, it makes me feel stupid, it's boring, it's somewhat torturing, all the nice things are taken out of my life, but I have to keep following this path. And unfortunately, I don't have a person in my life telling me that it's good the way I'm doing it. You know, Eric should be the one telling me, hey, stop, the doctor told you to rest. I'm gonna do this. You are stupid right now. Don't get up. Don't do this. But, you know, instead he's a bit overwhelmed himself, which I can understand. But then he kind of pushes me at the same time again, which is poison for me in my own mindset. And he's like, oh, come on, don't you want to join us for this walk? Don't you want to go grocery shopping with us? That would be much easier. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? This is not fun. If I mess this up right now, this rest, this can influence our child's future, and it can also influence our future. The next doctor's appointment is going to be on the 17th of January, so please keep your fingers crossed. Think of us on this day, and there I'll get to know if the rest helped somehow or if things have gotten worse, which would mean that I would have to go to the hospital for the remaining time of my pregnancy, at least up to the 36th week, which is like 3 weeks straight of lying down in a hospital bed, far away from your loved ones. Strangers in the same room, this typical hospital atmosphere that I hate. So as much as this situation sucks right now, I'm still grateful for many things. First of all, that it happens in this advanced pregnancy week, not like in the 12th week, where this would mean that if I'm not careful, my child may die. And that I can still be here at home with my family, that we quickly found people to help us along, to support us in this difficult time. And you know, maybe the most awkward part about this, I'm also grateful about this time itself. Even though it is torturing in a way. I didn't tell you anything about this, but the last weeks, like the days before all of this happened, I have been in a very, very dark place in my mind. Like all these things that I mentioned in my anxiety video, they really hit me. And I guess it's related to pregnancy and pregnancy hormones, but not all of it was. And it's stupid of people to say, oh yeah, that's because you're pregnant, or oh, that's because you're having your period, or oh, that's because you're a girl. No, if you're feeling these bad things, if you're having these bad thoughts, there's no way it's only one reason causing them. People saying stuff like this, like the way you feel is just because you're pregnant, blah blah blah, have never felt like that themselves. And yeah, I was going through a really, really rough time with thoughts I don't wish anybody. Really, really scary thoughts and moods that I was in. And miraculously, due to this, due to being bound to bed staring at a wall, this got better because I realized how lucky I was in my life for doing the normal things that I can do usually, for being able to do the laundry, taking out the trash, for having my crazy wild monster daughter around me, screaming, jumping on top of me. Yes, that's all exhausting and it's maybe not the perfect life to have, but it is definitely something we should be more grateful for. And now that I'm stuck in bed, I can only see the outside through the window, the trees, the sky, the sun. I'm just looking forward to being back to my normal, boring life so badly that I kind of forgot to be sad about my life, the one that I had before, because there was no reason to be sad. I felt overwhelmed by stupid things. I took them too seriously. I worked too hard. I expected too much from me and what I can make out of my life. But now that this is happening, I realize that I have a cool life, boring or not. So what I make out of this is that I'm taking it as a very important life lesson. These days that I spend here in bed seem like they're wasted, but they're not, because they are teaching me to appreciate the days more that are to come, where I can sit up, stand up, walk around in my flat, where I can do what I want, eat what I want, go where I want. The kind of things that become invisible for you as something you should be thankful for. But I am thankful again, and I'm just hoping for this time to pass as quickly as possible so that I can prove myself that I got this lesson, that this situation made a better person out of me. I guess that's all I want to say. Still here, still alive, still weak, stuck in bed, and not feeling well at all. Apart from the boredom, I also have to take medicine that my body does not like at all. After taking them, I'm always getting a really bad stomach pain, so I can barely eat, I can barely drink. It's fun. Maybe before I end this video, just a little update on what this means for YouTube. I don't know. That's basically all I can tell you guys. I have 4 videos pre-filmed and pre-edited that are gonna go online soon, but I'm not quite sure whether or not I'll upload them now, like in January and February, or if I'll keep them for March, because January is a very bad month for YouTube. Like, if you would look into my statistics, it's like squeegee whop. That's the sound effect you have to make. And yeah, so maybe I'm also gonna take a break like right now and be back in the end of February or something like that. You'll see. When there's a new video, there's a new video. 4 new ones are prepared, and then we'll see. Depending on what the doctor tells me, depending on when the baby comes, depending on how it's gonna be with 2 crazy monsters, as Eric put it, I'll make videos or not. This response may be a bit disappointing for you, but let me tell you, it is as disappointing for me, because I also really miss making videos. Staring at a blank wall for several hours per day turns it into a canvas, and I've had so many awesome ideas that I want to write down. I wrote scripts on my phone, typing like 2,000 words in one evening. This forced timeout also told me again how much I appreciate what I do and how much I love it, and that I want to take all this love that I feel inside of me right now and use it for something awesome when there's a time to be back. So yeah, I guess now I really said everything that I wanted. If you're waiting for an autograph, for an email, or for a response somewhere, then just be aware that this is why it may take a little longer. I'll try to send out some autographs in the next couple of days, but as I'm told not even to sit up, it is difficult to take care of things, and I just hope from the bottom of my heart that you guys understand and that you see that it is not me ignoring you or being selfish. It is me being in a desperate situation. So bear with me, please. Have some patience, and everything is gonna be fine. That's what we always have to tell ourselves. Everything is gonna be fine. That we're sad is very often just us being stupid, because we forget to be grateful, because we forget about the little things. And as much as all of this drives me nuts at the moment, I'm grateful that I learned this lesson. So please just take a moment to enjoy that you can sit on a chair, walk around, go outside, prepare dinner, take care of housework, take care of your family, take time for your hobbies, for creative things. There's so much you can do with your time here on Earth. So don't waste it with pitying yourself. Don't waste it comparing yourself to others. Just do something that you love. Follow your heart. Don't let stuff get you down. Alright, I'm gonna go back to my lying flat position again. This was my sitting up time for today. I wish you all a very nice day, and I hope to have better news very soon. Please think of me on the 17th of January. Bye bye.